What's up, guys? This is Rich Guy's Cat. You're on the Real News Talk channel once again. You know what to do. So right now, this video is going to be about the real reason as to why Deonna Purrazzo, the newest member of the AEW roster, rejected WWE's offer for her to join the company yet again. And the truth behind her controversial WWE NXT reputation. Now, the reason as to why she may have gotten released on April 15th, 2020, along with several other wrestlers, was because she was very vocal about her position in the company, and her ideas and their ideas clashed a lot of the times. And she was pretty much irate about the whole situation because she felt like she was being ignored. She wasn't acknowledged enough. And because of that, because she was very vocal and she stood up for herself and she spoke up for herself, they didn't like that. So they kind of went back and forth to the point where they had a shouting match. That's how bad it was. And they didn't like that. And it shows that certain companies, they don't like certain people that stand up for themselves, that are too vocal. They want you to be a yes man, a yes sir, no sir type of person. And she wasn't that type of person. And she actually stood up to the people and the creative in the company when she was at NXT, because I don't remember Deonna Purrazzo on WWE television as much other than when she was on the Mae Young Classic. That was the most TV time she got in the WWE. Not really NXT, maybe on house shows, but that was about it. We never really get to see Deonna Purrazzo wrestle on TV. And that was her frustration too. Because Deonna Purrazzo can wrestle. I've seen Deonna Purrazzo wrestle, and she's very, very talented. You know, very, very talented. And she has a good spirit as well. I can read her spirit. And her spirit is very, very pure. Hence why the WWE didn't really acknowledge her and ignored her, because the WWE don't like real people like Deonna Purrazzo. If you stand up to them and you speak out against them, they'll get rid of you quick. No matter how talented you are, at the end of the day, if you're not a yes sir, no sir person, your ass is gone out of the company. And in a way, they did her a favor, because WWE was not really for her anyway. That's why she joined Impact Wrestling. And she was there for like a good 3.5 years, almost 4 years. And she's a multi-time world champion in her own right. So she doesn't really need the WWE. She doesn't need them at all. She's too good for the company. She's too real for them. Because a lot of real people that wrestled for the WWE ended up getting fired. You know what I'm saying? Because they may have had ideas that would actually draw attention to fans. But no, they always want to go another direction. And that's the same thing that happened with Bray Wyatt, the late Bray Wyatt. May he rest in peace. Like, when they released him the first time round, because he had different ideas and the WWE didn't like his ideas, they released him. But eventually brought him back. And now he's no longer here with us. They kind of wasted Bray Wyatt in a way. They boosted up his character and his popularity, but at the same time they wasted the guy. because he weren't really wrestling as much after 2018, after he teamed up with Matt Hardy, broken Matt Hardy. We weren't really seeing him as much. He was just on and off TV, which is sad. But a woman like Deonna Purrazzo, for her to actually stand up to creative like that, wow. I have to big her up for that one. I have to give her props for that, because it takes a strong woman with guts and who's bold and who's straightforward with what she believes in to speak up and stand up against a company like the WWE. Because she knows her worth, and she's not prepared to settle for less, especially if she's so talented in the ring. Now she's in AEW. I'm glad that AEW picked her up. I'm glad she signed with the company. Because everybody talks about, oh yeah, this person should go back to WWE, they should join WWE, but at the end of the day, when they go to WWE, what are they going to do there? Just because you get invited to the WWE to sign with them doesn't mean that you're going to be used correctly. Doesn't mean that you're going to be used right. You know what I'm saying? You might get signed with them and then still be on the back burner. Meaning that you would be in catering. They might use you one or twice and then that's it. Look what they did to Emma. They brought her back to the WWE. And she was only on TV a few times, and that was it, and she disappeared, and eventually they fired her yet again. But Karrion Kross is very, very lucky, because they brought him back, and then shortly after they started using him anyhow. But at least they have repackaged the guy and have teamed him up with the Authors of Pain. So Karrion Kross is actually pretty lucky that he's been used right. Finally, rightfully so. But I guess everybody's not meant to be in the big leagues, such as the WWE. Because not everybody needs the WWE to gain popularity and momentum. Nah, you don't need to go to WWE. You can go to other places like TNA, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, other companies, and still get recognition. Will Ospreay, he's another talented guy that turned down WWE and went to AEW instead. Because if he were to go to WWE, he would have been watered down. Proper. Because the WWE has history of watering people down from other companies that are very, very talented. That are way more talented than the majority of the roster in the WWE. And that's what they fear. Just ask certain wrestlers that came from WCW. That's one of the reasons why Sting never signed with the WWE during the Invasion angle in 2001, because he didn't trust the way that he would have been used. And what put him off is a segment between Booker T and The Rock, when The Rock said to Booker T, "Who in the blue hell are you?" And that kind of rubbed Sting the wrong way, and that's why he went to TNA instead. And Sting never really wrestled in the WWE until his later years. But he's still a legend. He's still an icon. You know what I mean? He never needed the WWE to become a legend. He became a legend in WCW. So yeah, WWE is not the end-all be-all. And Deonna Purrazzo, she did the right thing. She's very, very smart and intelligent. It just goes to show you that she's not desperate for the fame, for the glitz and glamour. She just loves what she does, and that is wrestle. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. You know? And one more thing. before I end this video, in closing, to those of you who like to make fun of people's weight and body shame them, you need to look at yourself in the fucking mirror. Because for you to actually make fun of somebody's weight and that, it just goes to show you what type of a person and a scumbag you really are. Because you're the same people, right? When people go on your page, they don't see nothing. So it just goes to show you that you might be too afraid to show yourself and what you really look like. Because for all we know, you might look like a fat slob. You might look like a fucking Humpty Dumpty that just sits on his couch all day, stuffing himself with Big Macs, eating cakes and all this bullshit, drinking soda all day long, on your little keyboard, talking all that shit to people that have already made it. Instead of doing something about your life, try to better yourself. You want to hate on the next person. You want to body shame a next person. Deonna Purrazzo looks fine as hell. I don't see anything wrong with Deonna Purrazzo. You know what I mean? I bet she looks way more better than you. She's in better health, better condition. You're probably one cheeseburger away from relapsing. But you have the audacity to make fun out of other people. Like a bunch of teenagers. And I guarantee you these are probably grown-ass men. Grown-ass adults. And it's mainly the men that do it, that like to body shame women. Because those people that do that, they probably don't get girls. Half of them are fucking incels that want to body shame another woman, whether she's fat or skinny. You always have something negative to say. Because your life is shit. That's why you'll never go far in life. Because your soul is bitter. This is what leads to people committing suicide and hating themselves because of dickheads like you. Because you don't know if the person has a medical condition, a medical problem, why they are the way they are. And you want to be judgmental and criticize other people for your own benefit, just to make yourselves feel better because your life is shit. Because you're probably a reject. Because if you were doing well in life, you wouldn't be on the internet hating on other people. You wouldn't have time for that. But instead, you just want to troll. Because that's all you know. Probably you don't lift weights. You don't train. You don't work out. You don't do nothing with your life. And you probably don't have a lot of friends. That's why you do what you do. You want to take your anger out on other people. But hey, this is the fucking internet. The internet is toxic as hell. The internet is the bully's safe haven. Because they know that in real life, they wouldn't say half the shit they say on the internet to the person's face. Because it would have been a rap. Bunch of pussies, man. Get a fucking life. Deonna Purrazzo, shout out to you. Ignore the critics. You're beautiful. You know, you're a married woman. You're doing your thing. And you're winning. So, if you ever come across this video, just know that you're a wonderful person. You're pure gold. And nobody can break you. Keep shining. It's the Retro Kid. Retronic Ice Cap. Fuck the haters. Peace.